already taken the fish once it had cooled off. I started going through it and pulling it apart until it's a nice consistency of that it's kind of like flaky and chunky at the same time. So that's done. I also have off to the side two small potatoes rather, that I cut and diced into small chunks, and I want to have that ready so that I can put that into the sauce and incorporate it. So here I'm going to put my saucepan, put this on between a 5 and a 4. I have about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. To that, I'm going to add my garlic. And 1 tablespoon next we're going to add, basically what I took was 1/2 of a red pepper and 1/2 of a green bell pepper and chopped it. I took a small onion, I cut it in half the long way, and then I'm gonna just break it up in the saucepan as well. I've lowered this down to a low because I want all of this to get nice and translucent. Making sure that you're separating all of the onion, because the onion should be loose. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano. Stirring that around. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cilantro. My cilantro is finely chopped. You can, pretty much leave it more leafy. Some people like it. I tend to like mine a little bit just more finely chopped. And while I'm doing this, it's important to note too that I kind of soaked some of my tostones and I sprinkled some adobo on it to kind of give it some seasoning, because I will be cooking that off to the side, right? Okay, now I'm going to move this up to about between a 3 and a 2, and I'm going to add my tomato sauce. Like to coat it around and make sure that it's taking it on, and then I'll add the rest in. So that's 8 ounces of tomato sauce. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Gonna bring this to between a 3 and a 4. Give it a stir. And at this point, you want to make sure that you want to taste it to see if you have to see the flavoring. Once you add your packet of Sazon with Achiote, so give that a good stir. Okay, no flavor whatsoever, so you definitely have to start now incorporating the adobo. And again, you need to make sure that you're not going to over season this. So here I am again. You know my method. I go a full round, and now I'm going to give that a swirl. Still needs a little bit more. There I went 2 rounds. So I've already gone basically like 3 rounds of sprinkling adobo to this. As you can see, the sauce has a nice pretty color. This is optional for you as well. I like to add a little bit of just ground pepper. So I'll put a little bit of that, just a little bit, like a sprinkle of that. You can do, you know, fresh ground pepper. It's up to you. And then I also like to add in a little bit of some red pepper flakes. Again, optional. I put a little bit, about that much. Not that many, just a little bit. And now I'm ready to incorporate the potatoes and the fish. So I've already drained my potatoes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my fish. I'm gonna add it in. Okay. Make sure you get it all in. And basically what you want to do is fold it in very gently. Fold it in so that the sauce is kind of mounting on top of it. You want to make sure that the sauce is on top of all of this. And once you have that in place, put it on dial 2 and simmer that for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then in the meantime, I'm going to start frying my tostones. And this should be ready to be plated. Again, in about 10 to 15 minutes, this should be ready. Hi. So here is your finished meal, Bacalao Guisado. As you can see, I'm frying a little bit of tostones to finish off what I started. But I've plated it here with some tostones and some avocado sliced. This is delicious. I hope you enjoy this meal. Happy cooking.